Hello everybody, it is Anna, it is Brony time, and welcome back to Let's Play Spirit of Justice. When we last left off, we found out that Bonnie DeFam and Betty DeFam are two different people, and they were pretending to be each other, and they were keeping it close for the Midget's trick. But we also found out that, even though Betty was under stage, she could not have killed Mr. Roos, as we now have videos showing him alive right before he got into the coffin. So now the prosecution is once again accusing Trucy Wright. And we have to present some doubt. So, what proves it doesn't is the sword stand in below. This is all we have.
Take that!
What's this? A sword from the show? That's right, Your Honor. This rubber sword was in the sword stand under stage. During the trick, Miss Wright was supposed to swap the real sword for a rubber sword, and she told us on record that she remembers very clearly that she did. I see, so the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin was a rubber sword, was it? But then why was a steel sword found lying on the stage? Somebody must have put the steel sword there by swapping it with the rubber one. Just after the incident occurred, the dragon set piece fell and the theater was evacuated. The real culprit must have used the resulting chaos to swap the rubber sword for the steel one. Do not know when to give up, Stinkbug. This is not possible. Blood was found in the coffin hole that the sword was thrust into. It must have been left there when the accused withdrew the sword. This is incontrovertible proof that the sword she used was the steel one. That blood could be the result of someone tampering with the crime scene after the fact. After the set piece fell and the audience was cleared out of the theater, there is plenty of time for somebody to plant that blood there. If the sword the accused used was a rubber one, then where exactly do you suppose the victim was killed, given that Mr. Roos was alive when he entered the coffin? Finding the answer to that question is precisely why we need to continue this trial. I need to express my opinion. By all accounts, it's certainly reasonable to suspect the defendant based on the evidence, but as to the question of whether the sword the defendant used was rubber or steel, I believe further discussion is warranted. I suggest we hear from the defendant herself on this issue. Very well, Your Honor. Yes, I saved it. Somehow. Too close for comfort, but still. Let's adjourn for a brief 15-minute recess. I advise the prosecution and defense to use this time to prepare. Phew, that was hairy. Tell me about it. You barely made it through by the skin of my teeth. I can't say I'm crazy about the prosecutor Satamati either. You know, with the way he says let it go and move on as if it's nothing. Let it go and move on, huh? Who boy, am I interrupting a secret conclave of villains or something? Villains or something? Got your next evil scheme in the works already? What do you want? Heh. Keep making that face, champ, and everybody's gonna change the channel. Look this way, Trucy. Now smile for the camera. Let's see those pearly whites. Isn't that what the Grammary Creed tells you to do? How does it feel, Trucy? Everybody online can't stop talking about you. They're calling you a real witch out there. Could this be the end of Troop Grammary? Go away, you creep! Oh, what's this? Something just charged into frame. Looks like a yellow gorilla or something. Could it be a Trucy's pet? Filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Do you want me to get the bailiff? Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me. Huh? What happened to the camera? Just disappeared right before our very eyes. I'll be enjoying the rest of the Trucy show from the gallery. I put out a call for Trucy's fans to come and support her earlier, by the way. But I'll get some great footage out of them. This is gonna be good. Hang loose, baby. Called in some of Trucy's fans, but for what purpose? Apollo? That thing Mr. Etniss just did. That was some high-level sleight of hand, huh? Why would he know how to do something like that? I don't know, but he definitely has some serious magic skills. No way. But I thought he said magicians were all a bunch of good-for-nothings. Mr. Lawyer? Oh, hello, Bonnie. Can I help you with something? Well, there's something that's been bothering me. Really? What is it? Well, you see... Hey, dummy, what are you whispering to Lobster Boy about? But Betty, who the heck do you think you are? Are you crazy? You want a piece of this? You know you have to talk to me first before you do or say anything, you harebrain. Me? But I... Shut your mouth, you dumb bunny. Come with me now. Wonder what was bothering her. There's no way finding that out with Betty constantly hovering over her like that. Court is about to reconvene. Will you be alright testifying? Yes, it's just, I wonder what Mr. Retness has up his sleeve. I doubt he's bringing in actual fans. Yeah, probably not. I wonder what he has up his sleeve, too. Better not be trying to get under Trucy's skin right now of all times. You're Trucy, right? And you'll be fine! Oh? Here goes Apollo with his best trick. That's right. Whenever I'm feeling down, I always tell myself that I'm fine. Alright, I'll give it a try. I'm Trucy, right? And I'm fine! Thanks, Polly. I think I can do this now. That a girl. Good luck up there on the stand. You'll do great. Thanks, I'll be fine. I can do this. Alright, Justice, you can do this too. Time to focus on the rest of the trial. Shoulder is killing me, you guys. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Court is now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand. Trucy Wright, magician. Order! The gallery will be quiet, or I'll have you all thrown out on the spot. What's with all the hecklers? I bet they're the fans Mr. Retnitz invited. What a grade A jerk. Well, he's not going to psych us out. Now then, Mrs. Wright, this court would like to know if you switched from a steel sword to a rubber one on stage. So please testify about this issue. Silence! All of you! I won't tell you again! Miss Wright, do you feel able to testify? Yes, I'm fine, Your Honor. Trucy, I knew I shouldn't have let her go through with this. I'd like to make a small request. How about, instead of testifying with words, I show you exactly what happened. Would that be alright, Your Honor? You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourselves. In spite of everything, she's still smiling. Our Trucy is amazing, isn't she? She is. She's doing just fine up there. True entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. She's faithfully following the true Grammary Creed even now. She really is something else. It's showtime for the magical girl Trucy Wright. Watch carefully now, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on this sword. Allow me to demonstrate just how sharp this blade truly is. See that? No trick or gimmicks. A very sharp sword indeed. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take this sword and... Presto Sordo! There, I switched it. And now... Up! As you can see, the blade is not steel, but rubber. That That's a fun little change of pace. I like that. Bravo, Miss Wright! Flash! He's completely turned the room around. The hecklers are being drowned out by all the cheering. But where did the steel sword vanish off to, Miss Wright? In order to deepen our understanding of the case, please tell us if you would. I'm not asking out of mere curiosity, just so you know. I usually hide the steel sword backstage when I stitch them during the show. So when you thrust the rubber sword into the coffin, the steel sword wasn't even on stage, but behind the curtain. Exactly. So you see, there is a trick and a gimmick to it after all. And as for where the steel sword went, I performed the trick just now. It's secret. Wouldn't want to spoil the magic for you now, would I? Ho ho ho! That's our Trucy. Yeah, still. Miss Wright, that part where you spun around, that's an actual part of the sword switching trick you do for the show, right? Right. The other parts, like the apple, were just to help with my explanation here in court. That's funny. I think I found an inconsistency in her testimony. It looks like I'm not the only one. I don't know what it's doing there. But now that I found it, I have to get to the bottom of it. Now then, Mr. Justice, you may go ahead and question the witness. But try not to ask dumb questions and spoil the wondrous magic. I thought this was supposed to be my cross-examination. Hold up.
Objection!
Yeah, it wasn't in the, show footage. Miss Wright, there's something I'd like to confirm with you. What is it, Apollo? There seems to be a discrepancy between the way you performed the trick for us just now and the way it appears in the show footage. What? But that can't be. I performed exactly the same way both times. And what's going on here? Miss Wright, I have the show footage right here. The part where you threw your cape around is missing from it. What? But I did it! So, it really is the exact moment you switched the swords? Yeah, that's right. I knew it! Well, I certainly never expected the defense to expose the accused lie for me. Mr. Justice, does this mean that you are arguing that the defendant did not swap the swords during the actual magic show? No, Your Honor, that wasn't my intention. I mean, I did swap them. I know I did. I'm absolutely sure of it. Human memory is unreliable at best, but in this case, I'm afraid that it is the witness herself who cannot be trusted. We can see the footage for ourselves. The claims of this witness are false, but now that it has been proven that the accused did not swap swords, it means that the use of the steel sword to pierce the coffin was wholly intentional. And by the way, it was not you, Mr. Justice, who argued that Mr. Rue's death was not an accident, but murder. I assume you have no objections to that still. It was, after all, your own assertion. Defense has an objection. To you, Mr. Paul Justice, I demand you disrupt the discrepancy pointed out right now. But there is a discrepancy, and it must mean something, I'm sure of it. Would the defense team kindly save their spat until after court is adjourned? After all this debate, it seems we come back around to the original argument. The defendant knew about the prank plan that would place the victim inside the coffin. What's more, the defendant did not perform the sword switch trick on stage. Through her actions, I'm afraid I have come to see the true intentions of the accused. Her murderous intentions. It's such a shame. But I did switch the swords, I swear! You're knee-deep in it now, Justice. Oh! Hold it! Excuse me. Let's see, you are... which one again? Benny? No, that's not right. Body? It's Bonnie. You were mixing the two names together, Your Honor. Oh, pardon me, and do you have something you wish to say, Bonnie? Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to testify. About what? The more I think about it, the less possible it seems. I don't believe Trucy killed Mr. Roos. Bonnie? Hey, what's the big idea? Such an incredibly gifted and talented magician would never commit murder. I refuse to believe it. What are you talking about, you harebrained hare? You keep your trap shut. I got a bag of baby carrots for you, so chew on those and pipe down. No. I won't be quiet. What's the matter with you? Did you hear me? Trucy said something to me once. Huh? She said no matter how scared you get, no matter how mean people are to you, you can't give in or give up. That's what being a professional magician is all about. Isn't that right, Trucy? That's right, Bonnie. I always been afraid to stand up to Betty. Afraid to defy her, so I did what she said. But when I saw Trucy today, she gave me strength. Seeing her courage, the way she kept smiling despite everything, she's just incredible. So I'm not going to run away. I'm scared, but for once, I'm going to be brave. What have you done to my sister, Trucy Wright? You practically brainwashed her. It's the power of Trucy's conviction. That's what it is. It's touched Bonnie's heart. Yeah, Trucy really is one magical girl. Bonnie, is the topic of your testimony related to the thing that was bothering you? The thing you tried to tell us about in the lobby during the recess? Yes, ever since I saw the show footage, something's been nagging at me. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but something is off. I feel like something about it is different from what I saw on the stage. What do you mean by that, Bonnie? I wonder if what was shown on TV is really the same as what happened on stage. Of course it is. Show has only been performed once, after all. It can show anything other than what happened on the stage yesterday. But Bonnie's testimony deserves our attention. We have to examine the show footage. But what can we check it against? Do you have some other footage of the show? Well, I have some show footage. You do? One of the TV station's cameramen said he was a fan of mine. He kept his camera on me throughout the entire show. And then afterwards, he gave me the footage he shot at his present. He did? To tell you the truth, I thought it was kind of creepy, so I was going to get rid of it.
Hold it!
But please submit the footage to the court. Now then, let's take a look at this new footage. Yeah, that's fucking creepy. That was creepy. Look at those legs. Like, Jesus Christ. Those camera shots look... Wow, okay then. He really did keep his camera on Bonnie the whole time, didn't he? I think this cameraman needs to keep his personal feelings out of his work. Well, defense, do you still believe this new show footage is worth inspecting? Of course I do! Okay, so how are we going to go about this? Let's try comparing the two. We just might find an inconsistency between them. An inconsistency, huh? Yes, the two pieces of footage are of the same scene, so they should match up. But Bonnie felt there was something off about the original footage, so if we could pick out what's different between the two... We'll know what Bonnie found strange. Exactly. Plus, we may figure out why the original doesn't show the sword-switching trick. Your Honor, the defense would like to compare these two pieces of show footage. Very well. I will allow it. What a waste of time. What a waste of time. Sorry, Apollo, do you know how to compare the two pieces of footage? No, I've never done it before. I'll give you a little lesson then. Use the video player's button to go through the footage. When you want to speed through, use the fast forward button, M. And if you want to go back, use the rewind button, B. If you want to halt the playback, just use the pause button, Z. Oh, and by the way, if you fast forward or rewind when the playback is paused, you can do a slow frame-by-frame playback. Okay, and so how do I switch between the two videos? Just use the switch camera button. Now, if you find a difference between the two pieces of footage, put the cursor over what's different, and present R it to the court record. Thanks, Dina. You really know your stuff. Not really. I just gave it some gusto and went with my guts on most of it. What? I sure hope she guessed right. Anyway, let's give it a try. The cards.
Take that!
This is it, right here. Take a good look at the scene and compare it to the video shot from the front. Oh, the play cards don't appear in the video shot from the front. Hey, you're right. What's going on here? Miss Wright, what can you tell us about these playing cards? Oh, those? They're the cards I throw when I do the sword-switching trick. What? Mr. Justice, does this mean? Yes, it means that the sword-switching trick was cut from the TV show footage. So the footage was edited. Yes, with malicious intent. That is absurd. Well, we must get to the bottom of this right now. Bailiff, the TV station might still have the unedited footage. Go see what you can find out. Yes, Your Honor. It's you. Now hold up, Your Honor. This is all just a big misunderstanding, believe you me. Give a guy a chance to defend himself before you start pointing fingers. And who might you be? Right, sorry about that. And got ahead of myself there. Here is my business card. Charmed to make your acquaintance, Your Honor. Oh, well, how very polite of you. It's lovely to meet you too, Prosecutor Sanabani. Please take my card. A business card? Ah, yes. I read about this custom among businessmen in this country. I've been familiarized myself with the various replies. How do you do, good sir? Or, what's crack-a-lackin', homie? For example... Oh, you're from Take-Two TV, aren't you, witness? On the figure it, I believe I've seen you on television before. Yes, Roger Retnitz, otherwise known as the Ratings Raja. He is a TV producer and appears on many of his own shows as of late. He is best known for his catchphrase, hang loose, baby. Oh my, so you're the Ratings Raja? Hang loose, judgy baby, nice courtroom we got here. I never thought I'd get to meet you in person. The Prosecutor Sadamati, how do you know so much about him? In preparation for the case, I watched all of his shows. I found the Ratings Raja goes to Burger Bar in a particular interest. It appears to me to visit that restaurant straight away to learn more about the local cuisine. What? You went to Burger Barn? Who would have thought? You must have really wanted to try it, huh, buddy? Cause that line, whew! Compared to my aesthetic training on hours wait is nothing. I recommend the Southwestern burger with jalapeno jack cheese, by the way. I'm having a really hard time picturing him in line for burgers. Ahem, Prosecutor Sotomati's unexpected enthusiasm for food aside. Mr. Rednich, what is this misunderstanding you mentioned? Well, for starters, it's true that the footage was edited. You'll get your hands on this anyway, so I might as well show you the unedited footage. It's a pretty long video, so I'll just show you a part with the playing cards. You can see the cards when Trucy spins around, so keep your eyes peeled. Did you see the part that was cut when Trucy switched the swords? She spins around and the playing cards go flying. Everything's like it's supposed to be. Then it seems the defendant really did swap swords around during the trick. Which means the sword Miss Wright thrust in the coffin was the rubber one. In other words, Miss Wright couldn't have killed Mr. Bruce. Yeah, see, that's the first misunderstanding right there. What do you mean? Well, Trucy definitely did swap swords as himself. So yeah, maybe she didn't kill Mr. Bruce when she stabbed the coffin. That just means he was killed after he showed up pretending to be a corpse. Still saying that up until that point, everything was going according to the script. If that's true, then when and how exactly do you think he was killed? It was after the dragon set piece came crashing down. I say Trucy murdered Mr. Bruce when she was hidden from view behind the set piece. She could have easily done it behind that huge dragon and nobody be the wiser. I see. Indeed, there is a ring of truth to your assertion. You bet. Plus, there's a suspicious-looking shadow in the footage, too. It's towards the end of the footage, just before the dragon hits the stage. It might be easier to just see it for yourselves. It's only for a split second, so it's hard to catch, but look here. The suspicious shadow must be Trucy. She's using the steel sword she hid behind the curtain during the trick to kill the victim. Now that you mention it, I suppose it does look that way. This witness is just trying to ram his theory down our throats, Your Honor. And that's not all. Aren't we forgetting that the witness willfully edited the sword switch out of the footage? You see, there's your second misunderstanding right there. Your Honor, would you mind if I testified about it? I've seen people testify on TV, and I've always wanted to give it a shot. That would be fine with me, Prosecutor Shadabadi. This is quite unexpected. It threatens to disrupt the karmic course of this case. Hey, lighten up, pretty boy. You're gonna like what I've got to say. Promise. Very well. However, if you do anything to impede the last rites for the victim, I will have you removed. Alright, with Prosecutor Shadamati's permission, please give us your testimony, Mr. Rednitz. Roger Rednitz, the ratings Roger, now Kaiser of the courtroom. I'm taking over the floor, so listen up, loyal viewers. Okay, well, we are going to get into this testimony, not cross-examination yet. We will get there eventually. We will get there in the next video. So thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Brony Time for more content, especially more Spirit of Justice. Also, please make sure to share this video far and wide so we get as many eyes on this series as possible. I will see you all in the next one.